Hey guys, it's been a while. Got a really exciting video today. So this past weekend, a modding API for BTD6 was released. What this means is BTD6 modding is now possible and everyone can do it. To use those mods, you're going to need a mod manager, and that's what this video is on. We're going to cover how to use the mod manager, how to get the mod manager, and stuff like that. This video is not on how to make BTD6 mods. That'll come later on. If you want more information on making BTD6 mods, join the Discord server that's linked in the description of this video. Before continuing, I just want to thank Bow Down and Danny Parker for relentlessly, working every night, every day, trying to make BTD6 modding possible. Technically, it's been a thing for a while, almost since BTD6 came out, but it was extremely difficult and required a lot of technical knowledge, computer programming experience, and it was impossible for almost anybody to do. But now they've made this API called the BTD6 API or BTD6 Modding API, and you can use that to make mods. Granted, as it is right now, it was just released, so as it is right now, it's you're gonna need to know C++, some computer programming experience, but it's much easier to make now. And we expect in the future to have easier to use APIs that might not have as much features as the current API, but it'll be much easier to use. Who knows, maybe it will have the same amount of features. It's tough to say because it's just stuff. But anyways, let's get into this. So this video is going to be broken into 4 parts. We're going to cover how to download the mod manager, how to use the mod manager, how to get mods, and if it's not working, we're going to cover how you can make this work. I'm going to have timestamps to every part in the description, so you can skip to each part if you need to. Alright, so for the first part, how to download the mod manager. Well, for starters, what is it? It's a mod manager for BTD6. It manages all your mods, keeps them in a safe place, and you can easily swap between the mods you've got, so you can always have the experience you want to have. Currently, this mod manager that we're going to be using today only works for Windows. It might work for other operating systems in the future, but for right now, it's just Windows. If you're interested in getting mods, BTD6 mods for mobile, like Android or iOS, join the Discord server. You'll be able to get more information and news on how that works. As it is right now, mobile mods, I think they exist, but it's a totally different process for doing them, and we might even need to make a whole new program for using the mods on mobile. So you're going to want to get more information in that Discord server. Anyways, to continue, this mod manager injects mods made with BTD6 API. So once BTD6 is running, it injects the code that people made in their mod, and that's how the game gets changed and the game gets modded. It doesn't actually change the physical files of the game. That's what's different about the original version of modding versus what we're doing now. The original version of modding, like I said, was really complicated, but it required us to change the actual game files, which means you could only use one mod at a time, and it would be a pain because when you want to swap, you've got to refresh your files. Since this is injecting, you can use as many mods as you want. A cool feature about the mod manager is it checks for updates each time you start it, and it will auto-update if any updates are available. This means that you're always going to be using the latest features. Now, in order to download this mod manager, you're going to need a few things. The first thing you're going to need is the latest version of .NET Framework. It's basically a program made by Microsoft to help with computer programming stuff. You're going to need that, so in order to install it, open up your favorite search engine, type in .NET Framework. I can just do that. And then click on the one where it says free official downloads, and just click on whichever one's at the top, and then download this .NET Framework runtime. And then go ahead and save it. If you've already got it installed on your computer, sometimes it gets installed automatically. It'll tell you right at the start, you've already got the latest version, there's no need to continue. If that happens, just close it and you're good to go. The second thing you're going to need is something called MSVC, another program made by Microsoft. So like I said, this mod manager is injecting mods into BTD6. In order to use the injecting feature, or the thing at all, you need to have MSVC. There's a good chance you already have it, but if you don't, and you start BTD6 Mod Manager, it'll let you know if you have it or not. If you don't have it, it'll take you to the website where you can get it. Alternatively, you can try downloading it now. I included a link in the description to MSVC. Click on it, it'll take you to the exe and download it and you're good to go. The last thing we need is 7-zip or a program like that, you know, WinRAR, something like that, to open the files for this mod manager. So I'm going to use 7-zip because that's the go-to in my opinion. It's free and they don't annoy you to pay them. So here's the website. You're going to want to download either the 32-bit version if your computer is 32-bit or the 64-bit version. It's really easy to check which operating system you have. Just right-click on the Start button and then click on System. And you'll see here System type. It'll say 64-bit or 32-bit. Most of the time, if you have more than 4 gig of RAM, you're using a computer or operating system. Anyways, download one of these two, whichever is correct, and install it to whatever directory you want to, and then you're good to go. At this point, we're ready to download the mod manager. You can download it from the page on Nexus Mods right here, or you can download it from GitHub right here. Regardless of where you get it from, it's going to be the same. The main difference is I think Nexus Mods is a better website. You know, it's meant for modding, so I think it's a good place for modding stuff. But you have to make an account. If you've already got an account, Nexus Mods works. If you don't have an account and you don't want to make one, get it from GitHub. To download it from Nexus Mods, you go to the link in the description and click on Files and download whichever one is at the top here. And then you just click Manual Download. It'll ask you if you want to, or you might have to log in at this point if you're not logged in. But anyways, click on Slow Download and it'll pop up. If you want to get it from GitHub, like I said, you don't need an account. I'm going to have a link to this page in the description. It's going to always send you to the latest version. So when you get to this page, which might not look like this because of future releases, just click on whatever one says BTD Mod Manager.zip or the top one. You don't want the source code unless you want to look at it, but just go to the mod manager. Then you're going to download it and save it somewhere. I'm going to save mine to my desktop. All right, so here it is. You can save it anywhere you want. Like I said, I'm saving mine to my desktop. And now you're going to right click, click on New Folder, and type in BTD6 Mod Manager or whatever else you want to call it. And then drag it into there. Go ahead and open that folder up. And then you're going to right click on it, hover over 7-zip or your equivalent, and click Extract Here. Now it extracted all the files. If you didn't see that option to right click and then hover over 7-zip, if you don't see this, what you can do is you can press Start, type in 7-zip, and you'll see 7-zip File Manager. Go ahead and open it, and click up here at the top and copy the path to this directory, the folder you just created. And then inside of 7-zip, click here and go ahead and paste by pressing Ctrl V or right clicking and clicking paste. Press enter and that'll take you to the directory. Yours will only have the zip file because it didn't work for you, so you only have the zip file. And then I believe you could just right click. Oh yes, sorry. So double click on the zip file to open it up. And then you just press Ctrl A or whatever. Just select everything or click the extract button, whatever you want, and just move it over somehow. And that'll work. So you're now ready to use the program. To use it, go ahead and open up btdmodmanager.exe, the one with the little wrench as an icon. You don't want to open the updater.exe because it won't do anything. It's a separate program that the mod manager will use of its own accord when it needs to. Now, if you're not seeing btdmodmanager.exe, specifically the .exe part, click on View at the top, and then on the right over here, you'll see File Name Extensions. Make sure that's checked, and you'll be able to see the .exe. It might also be easier to delete the zip file that we downloaded, just so you don't get confused. Anyways, go ahead and open up the exe. If you have a virus protection, it's going to scan it to make sure that it's safe. This is because this isn't a signed program. It's basically an unknown program made by unknown publishers, which is us. and it's just going to scan it to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. As you can see, I've been talking this whole time, haven't had the chance to edit it, and it says that no problems were found. After that, it shouldn't bug you anymore. Awesome, so you can see I've already got some mods on my computer. In order to get the mods on here, now that you've got the program installed, click on the Add Mods button, and it's already configured to show the mod types that are accepted. So just click on basically one of the BTD6 mods that you've got, and click on Open. You can do more than one mod as well, but I'm just going to do this one. And perfect. If you noticed, I have two speed hack mods, and since I have duplicates, it added a copy one at the end of the one here, so it doesn't cause any issues. Basically, it'll create copies. To enable your mods, it's pretty easy. Just click on this button here. If you want your mod enabled, make sure it says enabled next to it. If you want it disabled, make sure. Like I said before, you can use as many mods as you want. Once you've got the mods you want and you're ready to play, just click on the launch button at the top here. Then it'll launch BTD6, and once you get to the main menu, it's going to inject the mods. Alternatively, what you can do is you can start BTD6 manually, and then when you get BTD6 to the main menu, this button is going to say inject instead. So just click on the inject button, and it'll inject all the mods. So those are the two ways you can run your mods, either by letting this mod manager start BTD6 and inject it itself, which I would recommend, it's going to be easier, or you can start BTD6 manually and then inject it manually. You might need to do that second way just in case you're having any issues with the mod manager. So in this current version of the mod manager, we've got this file button here, which you can use to open your settings or your settings directory. In this current version of the mod manager, there's really nothing special in the settings file. It's just kind of my way of keeping track of, like, if you're a new user or some other stuff like that, but you can go in there and change it if you want. Just be careful what you change because you might end up breaking it. If you do end up breaking it, simply delete the file and a new one will be generated the next time you start the program. While the mod loader is running, it's going to be sending messages to you letting you know what's going on. That's going to be put in this console down here. You can open it by clicking on Show Console, and it'll show you what's going on. You're going to get bug reports or any errors or stuff. They're going to go to the console as well. And while the console is minimized like this, it's going to flash every time a message goes to the console. So you'll know if any messages are coming in. For the most part, you can just ignore the console. It's only going to be useful if you're having issues or if you want to see what's going on in the program. You can also click on this open button and open up your BTD6 mods folder. It'll take you to the folder that contains these files. It's useful if you want to just copy and paste stuff over. You can also see the version number right here. It'll just always update and show you which version you're on. Nothing special. We've also got this More button here. You click on the More button and it'll allow you to rename your mods, delete your mods. I'll cover this Dev Manager in a second. But you can open the mod directory that this mod is in, or you can copy the mod to clipboard, which is a cool little feature that lets you basically copy the file, as if you were here and you just clicked Control-C or right and copy. Maybe that's useful. So one thing I want to cover real quick is this Open Dev Manager. If you click this, it doesn't look too special right now, but this tool is meant for people who are developing mods. So let's say I'm the guy developing this Hypersonic Towers mod. Whenever you're developing a mod, you make changes to it. But the mod manager has its own version of your mod. So if you make changes, the version inside the mod manager isn't updated. It's using the old one. This is the problem with all mod managers. They have a stored version of your mod, but it's not the most recent. And it would be a real pain in the butt to have to copy and paste it over and over every time. That's what the Dev Manager is for. So you right click on your mod, open Dev Manager, and you can allow the mod to auto update. If you hover over it, you'll see a little info. Basically what it means is it'll look at your mod every second or so to see if any changes have been made. If it detects any changes in your mod, the one that you're developing, it'll copy that file over to the local file where all these mods are stored. So you're not going to have to worry about that. To use that feature, what you're going to do is obviously click on More, open up the Dev Manager for the mod that you want. And then you're going to enable auto updates, and then you're going to click on browse. This part's important. So wherever your file is, the one that you're developing, you're going to select that. You're not going to select a file where it's stored here. So you're not going to select it inside your mods directory. You're going to select it wherever it's being created from, where you're developing it. And then you just click open on it. It'll create some kind of path. Let's just do this for a demonstration. You'll see it. And then you click begin check for changes. And then it'll be looking constantly. Once you click begin check for changes, it will be doing it. So you can go ahead and close this, and the program will be doing it in the background. If you want to disable the check, either close the program or click more, Dev Manager, and then uncheck this. Right now mine was unchecked because I didn't actually enable it. But if you enable your mod, it'll show that it's checked. So if you just uncheck this, it'll stop. Now lastly, before we actually start playing with mods, I want to show you one last feature. If you want to join the Discord server where all this BTD6 stuff is going down, just click on the Discord button at the top here, and it'll take you to Bow Down's Discord server, which is the one where all this BTD modding stuff started and has happened. You can also get mods there too, so it's good. Anyways, let's see what it looks like when you try to run with mods. Go ahead and click the launch button. It'll start BTD6. One thing I want to point out is you'll see an injection timer right here telling you how long it'll be until your mod is injecting. This is useful if you're wondering what the heck's going on, whatever. Anyways, this console window is going to pop up when the mods were injected, and you'll be able to see this mod was injected. So I'm going to click start and press play. Go to this, and we'll just do some easy mode. Awesome, so we are in game. I'm going to place down a dart monkey right here, and I'm going to click play. And we're going to see he's going to shoot some hypersonic darts. Might be a little hard to notice because it's just, round one, but you're seeing he's shooting multiple darts at once, and he's not special, he's just an empty dart monkey. So yep, that's the mods working. Pretty cool. Now, if you were having any issues with injecting your mods, if there was any error at all, there's two things to think about. The first, this is an injector, so your virus protection might be saying, I don't know about this injecting stuff. If that's the case, you can just disable it from your virus protection by making an exception for this mod manager, or you could just disable your mod manager for the time that you're trying to inject. It's up to you. The second thing you can do is check this README file, which is included in your download. You'll get some helpful information, but also basically the most common problems and solutions. Awesome, so we know how to use the mod manager. You guys know what the mod manager is. Let's talk about how you can get mods. So right now there are two ways that you can get mods, at least get them easily. The first is by going to Nexus Mods and checking to see if there are any mods that you're interested in. Since this BTD6 modding stuff just started like yesterday, there's no mods available on Nexus Mods. But since this website is the #1 place for getting mods, it's going to get more populated as time goes on. And a quick side note, if you're interested in making mods, you can make money on Nexus Mods. So it's kind of inspiration and motivation to put your mods on here. To find the BTD6 page on Nexus Mods, you just go to nexusmods.com, click on the search button at the top, and then click mods, and then change it to games. Then just type Balloons TD6, go ahead and press enter, and you'll see it right here. So that is the first way of getting mods. The second way of getting mods is from Bow Down's Discord server, which I said is linked in the description of this video. Or you can just click on this Discord button right here, and it'll take you to his server. So this is what Bow Down's server currently looks like. You can get some frequently asked questions, announcements, rules, and see some other modding servers here. You can have general chat here, talk to people, have fun. You can do bug reports, ask for help, challenge codes. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see the mods. So you're going to have to verify that you own the game first. But once you verify it, you'll have access to the modding channels like, these. Now, to download the mods, you got to click on API Mod Repository, and you'll see all the current and latest mods. There's not much right now because it came out yesterday, but you'll be able to see them here. Personally, I prefer using Nexus mods. I think it has better organization. You're able to keep track of mods easier. It's a lot harder to steal someone else's mods, and you make money doing it, or making mods, not make money stealing them. I also like it because people who work really hard on making mods deserve credit, in my opinion, and on Nexus mods, you're going to get recognized for your hard work. And of course, everybody can find it. It's not stuck in one Discord server in a remote corner of the internet. I mean, I posted these two files yesterday night, the Mod Manager and the API, and they've already got over 100 views. So you guys are going to get recognition for the work you deserve. Anyways, that's how you get mods. Now the last part of this very long video. If you're having issues with the Mod Manager or with your mods, with any of that, here's what you do. First, check the README that came with your files. If you don't see the README, download it again. Or you can just look at it from my screen right now. But I suggest downloading it because we'll add more to this in the future. Regardless, here are some problems you might have and how you can fix them. Try every one of these in order to do this. If you just join the Discord server for help, there's a good chance you're not going to get it because this is what we're going to tell you to do. The most common thing is you need to have a legit version of the game. You cannot be using pirated versions. It will not work. The developers of BTD6, Ninja Kiwi, spent a lot of time trying to make this work for us, this program. They deserve the money and they deserve the support. Also, it helps prevent us from getting in trouble. We don't support pirated versions. Anyways, like I said in the beginning of the video, you're going to need MSVC, which the link to that is in the description, and also the mod loader will notify you if you don't have it. If you have any issues, make sure you have that downloaded. Make sure you have at least .NET Framework 4.5 installed, and the link to that is in the description as well. If you're getting any access denied errors, run BTD6 Mod Manager as administrator. That's usually going to fix that. If the program's crashing when you try to run mods, it could be your virus protection, like I said earlier. So you're going to want to disable that or add an exception. Every virus protection is different on how to do that. So whichever one you have, go to Google and look up, my virus protection, how to add exception, or how to disable. I have Avast, so you do Avast, how to disable, Avast, how to add exception. And you can figure it out from there. It could also be crashing because of some bug I didn't see. So if that's happening, you're going to want to let us know. Another reason it could be crashing is because you're using a bad mod. Whenever you're using a bad mod that crashes BTD6, the mod manager is going to throw an error. It's going to show you a pop-up saying, hey, BTD6 crashed. Do you want to check the crash logs? Click yes, copy that file, and then join the Discord and let us know. We need the file to see what went wrong. If you don't give us that file when BTD6 crashed, we can't help you. So that could be one of the reasons it's crashing. If that happens, you're going to want to also see maybe if the problem is your mod or if it's the mod loader. That's easy to check. Just try a different mod. And if a different mod doesn't work still, maybe it's a mod you know should work, but it doesn't work. That's on us. We need to fix that. Join the Discord server and let us know. And again, the last thing, if you're still having problems, join the BTD6 server. Alright, but that is the end of the video. It's been a long video, but it covered everything you need to know on what the Mod Manager is, how to get mods, how to use the Mod Manager, what to do if you have any issues, and how to contact us. More videos are going to be coming out in the future on how to use mods and other cool stuff like that, maybe even how to make mods. But in the meantime, just enjoy the mods we've got now. We've all wanted BTD6 modding for so long, and it's finally here. So, thanks for watching. See you guys later.